Hi, my name is Kurt Johns, and today I will be presenting on battery-powered drills, such as this one. See, no cord. I chose battery-powered drills because many different professions use them. They're very common. The 18 volt is one of the most common that you can buy. It's very durable, it's not the most expensive one, and it gets the job done. I have 4 different drills today. I have the DeWalt, the Black & Decker, Milwaukee, and Bosch. Unfortunately, I was unable to have the Milwaukee and the Bosch here today. I was able to borrow them and test them from a friend of mine, but I could not have them today. So, paper representation should be adequate. I have the stats though behind me. And what I tested on was the voltage, number of speed settings, max RPMs, clutch settings, clutch size, clutch type, and how much the tool weighed. Through all this, I found out one of the most striking things is that DeWalt and Black & Decker nowadays, I don't have the model with me. This is a little bit older of a model, but the newer ones are coming out. They call them a 20 volt max, which means that the battery is capable of holding up to 20 volts on a full charge without a load. That's if you're just drilling. But if you actually go to drill into wood or drill a screw, the power will drop down to 18 volts. So that's a little bit of false advertising, I think. Anyways, the Milwaukee and the Bosch still market them at 18, which is fair because that's what it is. All 3 of the lower ones have the 2 speed settings. The only one that had 3 was the DeWalt, and what that is if I move it to 1, you can hear it's a little bit slower. 2 speeds up a little bit. 3 is the fastest. And the RPMs on one setting, it goes from 0 to 520. The second setting is 0 to 1,375, and the third setting is 1 to 2,000, which was tied. Oh, excuse me, it was the best one. Had the fastest RPMs with the third setting. That being said, I personally do not believe it was the best drill for the job, which is anything you can do. It is a very nice drill. It's solid, sturdy, battery's easy to take off. Overall well built. It's got the DeWalt and the Milwaukee both have the 1/2 inch chuck, if you can see there. The Black & Decker, take this out, it's got a little bit smaller chuck. See, comparison? Anyways, what that means is that the Black & Decker is unable to accept the bigger drill bits. Like common drill bits, it'll take those just fine. But if you want to drill a hole in a wood and you require a bigger drill bit, only the Black & Decker will accept a 1/2 inch drill bit. DeWalt, you're going to have to go find another drill because it just won't work. That's the same way with the Bosch, but the Milwaukee had it, so that's why I personally prefer the Milwaukee. It was a lighter drill. I found out that the battery lasted slightly longer than the DeWalt, but the Black & Decker had the worst battery. It died within the hour. It did not last very long when I was testing it. The Bosch was the second best, DeWalt third, and Milwaukee, of course, the winner. Another thing I found out about the Black & Decker, it is a cheaper drill. It costs one of the least, and it's, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's made out of plastic, like really cheap feeling plastic. The rubber grip isn't as good. The battery's lighter. It just doesn't feel like a good, solid quality drill. And that shows with the test. It only has 11 clutch settings, which means, if you can hear that, it runs slower and not as smooth. It's just not as an expensive or high quality drill as the DeWalt or the Milwaukee. But one thing they all had in common was the metal ratcheting, which is, here, I'll use the DeWalt for this. Screw that out. You can see that little chuck? That's called the chuck. And it's metal. And when you turn this, it winds up. You can turn it all the way, or you can just put it in reverse, hold it open. That's where you put the drill bit. All had the metal chuck, which is pretty much industry standard. Because if you don't have the metal chuck, you'd have a plastic one, and that would not last long at all. So, in my personal opinion, to recap, I think the Milwaukee is the best. It did not have the 3 clutch settings like the DeWalt did, but I believe for the price range and what you get out of it, the DeWalt had a good feel, but the Milwaukee had better battery power. I think that the chuck was smoother, working it in and out. See that? That didn't happen as much with the Milwaukee. It just, I might be biased, but I believe personally that the Milwaukee was the better drill. There are people out there though that watching this would not like it because DeWalts are DeWalts, and it's like Ford owners and Dodge owners or John Deere and Case. It's what you were raised on is what you will like. But based on the facts, I have concluded that Milwaukee is the winner. Any questions? Please feel free to email me.